This is Justin Williams, making another video for you guys. I'm doing a rap artist review. This video is gonna be about Brother Lynch. He's one of my favorite rappers from the West Coast. From the West Coast. So, he raps about cannibalism, horrorcore. He signs with Tech Nine, by the way, but he got his own label called Stick Records. The first time I heard about Brother Lynch was about 2004. My brother was telling me. You don't want good cancer to buy the CDs, but like people over there listen to Brother Lynch and stuff. But I didn't start listening to Brother Lynch until year 2010. So that's how I heard. That's how I heard from back in '04. But I started listening to his music back in 2010 when his first album came out called what's the album back in 2010? I think Coat Hanger Strangler. No, it's Dinner in a Movie. Dinner in a Movie was his album back in 2010. Of course, if you don't know who Brother Lynch is, Brother Lynch is a rapper from Sacramento, California. He signs with Tech Nine now, but he works with other people from like Minnesota. From Minneapolis. He works with this guy named Takeway Loke. I like him too. He's bumping so hard. So he worked with numerous of rappers over the years. He's talented. Even though he raps about murder and cannibalism and hardcore and killing and all this, but most of his stuff is bumping, man. He's more of a creative artist, man. He kind of reminds me of a Kingpin Skinner Pimp. He kind of reminds me of him the way he raps. He kind of reminds me of a West Coast Kingpin Skinner Pimp. When this album called Season of Sickness came out, that album right there was straight up horrorcore, man. It was like straight up horrorcore. It kind of reminded me of that Memphis sound that Brother Lynch had, back in the '90s. That Season of Sickness. Well, he produced the whole album by himself. Brother Lynch has. He produced a lot of good music. That's what I like about him. He does good music for the most part. He did a lot of stuff with Master P. He did a lot of stuff with Young Bleak. He was on the remix on Young Bleak, How You Do That there, featuring Tech Nine and him. He did a lot of stuff. He did a lot of good crafting. Where it was positive and negative. He did a lot of good crafting. His first EP came out back in '93. I forgot what it called. But tell me on the comment section if you know. Then after he came out with an album called Loaded. I think he never produced albums on the song that much. The only song that I like was One by One. One by One is like one of the best songs off of Loaded. But it's bumping songs on Loaded, but One by One is one of the bumping songs for Brother Lynch But Brother Lynch he never got into the mainstream for some reason. I don't know why, but he's independent now. He's underground. He's a mixture of both. He's independent, a little bit of mainstream in him now. His last album was called Natural or something like that. That was a bumping dope album by him. Then he came out with Coat Hanger Strangler, which was a good album, of course. Then he came out with another album back in '03. I forgot what it called. It is a bumping album. But his album that came out in 2001 was released without his permission from Black Market Records. I think he sued Black Market Records. I don't know, because he was working on those albums called his 2000 album called I forget what it called. I know it's 2001 album called The Virus, but the 2000 album was called I forget what it called. But they released those albums without Brother Lynch's permission. They released the albums, but he was working on those albums, but it had a lot of features on them. But he didn't rap by himself or nothing. It just had a lot of features on the album. That's what I didn't like about those albums, that Brother Lynch did, because it was this guy that did something stupid on his album, like an idiot, But he left Black Market Records and started doing his own thing, started creating his own label and stuff like that. What was good for him, get away from that black market nonsense. But Brother Lynch is like one of my favorite top rappers straight out the West Coast. Nobody can out top him. Nobody can out Nobody cannot be like them. Nobody cannot be like him. Nobody cannot sound like him. Nothing. He got his own style of rap. He got his own style of West Coast rap sound. I think he did a lot of. I think he watched a lot of hardcore things when he was a child. I don't know, but Brotha Lynch has his own style. Can't nobody take that away from him. I listen to Brotha Lynch. I listen to him. I guess only one from the South to listen to him. I don't know. I don't know any parts of the South listen to Brotha Lynch like I do. I don't know about Tupelo. I don't know about Clarksdale or Memphis. Listen to. I know some people from Atlanta listen to him back in the day. I think T-Rock said on one of his songs, one of his intros, I think. But can't nobody cannot top dog Brotha Lynch. I don't care what nobody say. He's like one of my favorite rappers from the West Coast. I don't know outside of, the Southern California rapper like Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, Daz Dillinger, Corrupt. But Corrupt is originally from Philadelphia. But he left and moved to somewhere, moved to Southern California when he was about 16 years old. But he's originally from Philadelphia. Corrupt is. But can't nobody like Steve-O is like one of my favorite. But I gotta say of all time, I gotta say Brotha Lynch is like one of my favorite West Coast rappers of all time. A lot of people don't never give him credit that what he deserves. A lot of mainstream rappers don't do that. So mostly underground. Whether it be from the East Coast, down south, or the West Coast, his own region, or the Midwest. So don't nobody give Brotha Lynch credit. He did a song with a C-Mob, by the way. I like that song. But like I said before, can't nobody do no mixes with him. He did stuff over the years. I think he did something with ROA back in the 90s. I'm not for sure, but he did a song with this group from Birmingham, Alabama called ROA. I don't know. He did produce some, but I don't know, but he produced song or not. So I don't know. Who knows? But he been around since the 80s, still with his brother Six. So I think his brother Six is in jail for molestation. I don't know, but I hope he comes out with a good album this year, like he did with all his other albums. But the album that came out in year 2000 and year 2001 was garbage, man. I think that the black market producers didn't do nothing with the album. He did it without his permission. He did some stuff. He Brotha Lynch is a Crip, by the way. I think he's Garden Block Crip, something like that. He said on one of his songs, but he left the Crip style. I think one of his friends died or something like that, but he left it, started doing the rap thing. But he did a song with Low to the Brain. I remember that. I still listen to it. Low to the Brain, which is a good song by Brotha Lynch, but I think the guy from Colorado killed himself because he lost his girlfriend or something like that. But like I said before, Brotha Lynch is like one of my favorites, man. I can't say enough about him. He's like one of my favorites of all time. A lot of people don't ever talk about him on YouTube like that much. From the South, don't even talk about him. So don't nobody from the South really listening to his music. I don't know why. Some parts of the South, depending on where you go, like Oklahoma. People from Oklahoma probably listen to Brotha Lynch. People from certain parts of Texas, probably listen to him. But really, to be honest, don't nobody from the South really listen to Brotha Lynch. I don't know why. He's like one of my favorite rappers that's from the South. I'm from the South. I'm from Mississippi, but born in Memphis, Tennessee, but raised in Mississippi, like I said before in my video. But I'm the only one that listens to Brotha Lynch. I don't know why, but he's like one of my favorite West Coast MCs, like of all time. But this is my video about Brotha Lynch, but this is Justin Williams. Feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe, and add me on Facebook. I'm out. Peace.